Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my friends on Twitter, my amazing Adamites, welcome to a broadcast. I haven't done one in since before Halloween, and this is the first one that I'm doing on Twitter's new Go Live. Now, before we proceed any further, let me flip the camera so that you can see what I look like. Some of you have seen me before on broadcast on Periscope. Some of you have only seen my picture, so let's do this. Hello there. I am coming at you from warm, sunny Florida, Jacksonville specifically. I know that my bio says Manhattan, but currently I am in Jacksonville, which is at the northernmost stop of Florida, right before Georgia. I'm spending Christmas with dear friends of mine over here, tending to some business, and then I go back to the big bad apple, Manhattan, for New Year's Eve. Now, I see there are a couple of you that have already tuned in, so why don't you tap on the screen to show me that you're there, and you can also say something. All right? So, we're gonna flip the camera once again to show the drone, and when you flip, the sound pauses a little. This is quite normal. So this is the drone. We're gonna focus. There we go. As you can see, it is tiny. It literally fits. Is this my first day on Periscope? No, I've been on Periscope before, but this is the first time I'm doing Twitter's Go Live, which also simulcasts to Periscope. It's even better because it's more direct. I have a much larger following on Twitter than on Periscope. So this is the Nano2 FPV that is its full name. It's made by Trend Labs. You'll see the handle of Trend Labs at the top of the tweet. And this here, that's the camera. Now, for bigger drones, you can actually channel the image you're getting from the camera, and this camera shoots both video and still pictures. You can channel the video through the broadcast, but this drone is much less sophisticated than that. It's meant as a toy, so it still does do something quite wonderful, and that is it channels the video directly to your phone. You see it on your phone, you can control it from your phone, and it gets saved to your phone's memory with the rest of the other videos that you took using your phone's camera. And if you flip it over, other than the four legs, all of the electronics are in this little cube in the middle. It's tiny. That houses the battery, it houses the four independent motors that drive it, and it also houses the gyroscope that keeps it stable while it's flying in the air. All right? So, without further ado, let's take it for a spin. So I turn, and as you can see, the controller, which is this device, is so nifty, it has a compartment to store it in when you're not using it. It clips in here, and then this cover comes down, and voila, you're safe to take it with you wherever you want without risking damaging it. Okay? So we're gonna flip it open again, take the drone out, okay, turn it on, And there's this tiny switch over here, on off. So we're gonna on and it starts flashing. And then we're gonna turn the controller on, okay? And then how you pair it is you put the stick forward and back. And once this red light has stopped flashing, that means it's paired. Now, it couldn't be simpler to operate. This is light enough that you can hold it with just one hand, as you can see, and when you're flying it and taking photos or videos with the built-in camera, your phone mounts on here so you can see exactly what you're capturing. Obviously, I'm using my phone for this broadcast, so I won't do that. So, with just one push of the button, it takes off. And if this is a little herky-jerky, bear with me. I'm playing director of photography, cameraman, pilot, everything simultaneously. The good thing though is it is robust enough that if we run into any accidents, meaning it bumps into the ceiling or one of the walls, it doesn't die. It's quite robust. Okay, so take off. And there you go. As you can see, it's pretty stable. Now we'll make it go a little bit to the right, to the left, back, forward, right again. I want to show you how I'm accomplishing this with the controls. So left, back, just that one's left, right, forward. Here I'm standing right behind it so you don't get confused with the orientation. Left, the camera is pointing away from me. That's how you know what direction. Right, and if I press on this button, it auto lands. Okay. Now, here is one of the very cool things that it can do. Despite it being such a tiny thing, I'm gonna make it flip. Look. You see that? Again. One more time. We made it flip forwards the last time. This time we're gonna make it flip backwards. There you go. Whoa! As you can see, I'm flying inside my kitchen, a very small space, and yet it's not having a problem at all. It's incredibly stable. Okay? Let's try a side flip. There you go. We flip to the left. We're gonna flip to the right. And for some reason, it's choosing to not auto land, which might be good for the purposes of this demo, because then it's just gonna fly till the batteries run out. And as you can see, again, despite the really small size, it is flying for a good, 7 minutes now? I've been able to get 15 minutes. Now again, here are the controls. To get it left, all I have to do is this, to go right, this, and gentle nudges. Flip to the left, flip to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. Funny guy. Okay, let's flip to the left again. Oh, nope, oh. All right. Now when it flashes like this, quick flashes, that means that the batteries are down, okay? Charging it is very simple. You turn it off. Okay? And then your USB charger goes into your standard socket. Okay? Let me just turn off this night light because I wanted to show you a cool feature. And then this goes into the drone itself. Let's see here. Yeah, this little tiny there we go. So now it's plugged in. Let's put it on a white surface so you can see where it's actually plugged in. And you see this little red light? That shows that it's charging. The light is right there in the USB connector. And once it's fully charged, and it does that very quickly, if someone will time us, in less than 30 minutes, probably because I'm using a high capacity charger, the one for the iPad, probably in about 50 minutes, this red light will turn off. That means it's fully charged. Okay? Now, let's flip the camera around. Tell me, are you? There we go. So, who is with us tonight and where are you tuning in from? And do you have any questions about the Nano2 by Sky? SKEYE is the name of the company. This is the world's smallest drone with a built-in camera. Hello, Cal Bufori. Where are you joining us from? Oh, Sponge Hippie, it's your first day. Welcome to Periscope. And Cal Bufori is joining us from Maryland. And Joseph is joining us from Brooklyn. Oh, how much? I'm glad you asked, Joseph. The standard price on it, thank you for the hearts. Who is giving me the hearts? The standard price on it is $129, okay? But if you scroll down in my Twitter feed, where you see a picture of a pretty blonde holding her, her hand out with the Nano2 on it, at the end of the tweet there is a goo.go link that will take you to where you can buy it for just $99 instead of $129. Okay, that's $30 off, 23% off. So you can get it there. And Merry Christmas from me, Adam Gabriel. You're more than welcome, Joseph. Have you ever had a drone before? I'm sorry, I keep tipping my head this way, which makes my forehead shine under these bright lights, because my glasses are comfortable when I, have something this far away, but when it gets closer, you're blurry, so it's clear for me to read when I do this. No, not yet. Are you a gadgets and gizmos kind of guy, Joseph? And Sponge Hippie, again, welcome to Periscope. It's your first time. You will have a lot of fun. You can have, the same fun and even more fun if you go on Facebook, on Twitter Live, which is where I am now. You skip Periscope and you interact directly with your followers on Twitter. It's the same engine as Periscope that allows you to give hearts like you've just been doing with me and interact with people, but it's simpler and more direct to your followers. Now, I remember, Joseph, that you tuned in before. Is that correct? I remember your face from my previous broadcast on Periscope. Oh my God. Lighting. This overhead lighting is quite harsh. Just a bit broke. Pretty soon you'll check it out. Oh, I understand how it can be. Over the holidays, Joseph, you have all of these gifts to buy for everyone, and pretty soon you're out of moolah. So I understand how it goes. Is our hippie sponge friend still with us? The one that is a Periscope version, the first time he's tuning in? Ah, the version has spoken with a heart. Let's flip the camera so I can show you the drone charging. Again, the sound will pause momentarily. So this is it, and I've put it on a white background so that it's easier. As you see, when I put it on the black background, the charging cable kind of melds, fades, but on a white background, this is how tiny the charging cable is. Inside, this goes into two little pins, so you have to be careful when you're plugging it in so that you don't break it. That said, as you've seen, when it's actually flying, it can bump into walls, it can bump into the ceiling, it can bump into plants outdoors, and the rotors don't break. However, they do ship it with a set of 4 spare rotors, propellers, and a tool for changing them. So if, God forbid, one or more of them breaks, you're not, out of luck. Your toy is not down the drain. You can change it. And this is the light, the red light, that indicates that it's still charging. I imagine it's about 5 more minutes before it's fully charged. So, who's still with me? Is it Sponge, Hippie, and Joseph in the broadcast? Let me see if I can find out who's with me. Caffeinated Geek. Oh, Caffeinated Geek, I've seen you on Twitter. And one more viewer. So your name is Joseph Kovich. First name Joseph, last name Kovich. It's going for a closer look. I'm just trying to avoid the shadows. Itkovich. Itzkovich. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Of course, there's no way you can talk back to me and tell me whether I am or not, but maybe we can link up on Skype or FaceTime even, and we can chat a little, because I love drones, I love technology. In a future broadcast, we'll talk about the Apple Watch. See, I have the butterfly, and as you can see, it moves. And when you tap the screen, each time you tap, you get a new butterfly. Here, yeah. Oh, you're more than welcome. So what do you do for a living, Joseph? Let's focus on the drone again. I'm gonna flip the camera. You have been warned. Networking as in computer networking? Oh, social networks. So you work on Twitter, Facebook, etc. Well, that's a very cool field. That's part of what I do. I am a computer engineer by training, and I work a lot nowadays in social media marketing. I'm actually an influencer because I have a sizable following on Twitter. I think it's almost at 117,000 as we speak. I get a couple of thousand new followers each week, and my areas of influence are artificial intelligence, cognitive computing, drones, the Internet of Things, IoT, and fashion and wine, because fashion and wine are also passions of mine. Fashion is a passion. All right. I think, okay, it's not totally, the drone has not totally charged, but I think we'll give it one last spin before we end the broadcast. That way we can end it on a high note. All right. Again, buckle up. We're gonna flip the camera. All right. So here we go. We're gonna turn it on. If I can find the switch. The switch is right above the charging bay, and if you watch closely, let me see how focused I can get. See how tiny these two little pins in the center are? That's what you have to be careful with when you're plugging it in, because if you bend them, then it's gonna be, a job and a half to straighten them out so you can charge it. So we're gonna switch it on, and then turn this off and back on again. And the lamp is flashing. Push this forward and then back. And now the lamp is solid. That means it's paired. Okay? Making it take off is as simple as just pressing the button. And we have liftoff. Okay, let me see. Down, 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 boy. Down, down, down. As you can see, I am no expert pilot. I did much better in the first segment of the broadcast than I did now, but also, for some reason, it didn't quite cooperate when it came to altitude this time. Let's try it again. Take off. Okay, this switch should control altitude. Okay, up. There we go. That's it. That's what it should be doing. Down. Okay, and then look closely. We're gonna make it rotate. Rotate clockwise. I'll come back. Left. No, left. Right. There we go. Back. Back. There we go. Left. Okay. And flip to the left. Flip to the right. Focus. Right, left, I mean. Okay. Left, right. And we're gonna rotate the camera. See, now it's facing us. Now the camera is facing us, so you can do what you see in the video that is a couple of tweets below. And it ran out of juice and it landed itself automatically. So, back to what we were saying. When the camera is facing you, then you can proceed to take a selfie or a video. That's the 3 letters in its full name. The Trendlab Sky Nano2, they had a Nano1, the Nano2 smaller, FPV first person view camera. Okay, now one final thing, sometimes even after it lands, it won't take off automatically. If I press, let's see what it'll do. No, it doesn't. But if I turn off this and turn it back on and repair it, paired, I can get a couple of minutes of extra flight. Keep your fingers crossed. Nope, it's not doing it. Not happening. It's totally out. Needs to be charged again. Flipping camera. All right. So we've had fun with the Nano2. I'll be broadcasting about it more soon, and then we'll have another broadcast dedicated to the Apple Watch. Someone has just, Cal Bufori has joined us again. Until that broadcast, all I want to say is adios, Adamites, and we'll flip the camera to leave you with an image of the drone. There we go. Very small, exactly as advertised.